You've definitely heard of people who eat their own cum, others crave period sex, or some even get aroused by smelling dirty underwears or used condoms. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Hi guys, welcome to today's episode. And if you're new here and you're interested in sex related topics, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at wayua__mutuku. I post the same on my Instagram every Friday. I upload such videos here on YouTube every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Yeah, and I know last week I didn't upload a video and I'm sorry for that, but I'm praying for consistency from now on. Yeah, so today we'll be talking about fetishes and kinks. I'm so sure you've come across those two words. Yeah, I'm just hoping it's not your first time coming across these two words, but if it's your first time, I mean, it's okay. That's why we are here to learn. Fetishes get stigmatized quite a lot because they're reasonably rare. Plus, there's also a lot of sexual shame in our culture. You find that learning about kinks and fetishes, it feels quite intimidating, honestly. I'm sure before you got to watch this video, a lot of questions were answered. And some I'm sure were not even answered. So before we get to learn about the different types of kinks and fetishes, I'd like for us to understand what these two words mean. So what is a fetish? A fetish is a sexual attraction to inanimate objects, body parts, or situations not commonly viewed as sexual in nature. A sexual kink, on the other hand, is a broader term that includes a variety of sexual interests, behaviors, preferences, and fantasies that are thought to be outside the mainstream. If you're here and you didn't understand those definitions, please don't worry, this one is for you. So try answering the questions I'll ask after this, and maybe they'll simplify things for you. The first question you ask yourself is, am I aroused by a thing or an action? Yes or no? If you're aroused by a thing, it's more of a fetish, and if you're aroused by an action, it's more of a kink. The next question will be, do I need it to be present for me to get aroused? Do I need it to be present for me to get aroused? Yes or no? The last question will be, can I enjoy sex without it being present? Can I enjoy sex without it being present? Remember, you're asking yourself, you're not asking me or anyone else. So if you answered yes for the second question and a no for the third question, then you have a fetish. If you need it to be present for you to get aroused, but you can enjoy sex without it being present, that's a fetish. Does it make sense? If you need it to be present for you to be aroused and you can enjoy sex without it being present, that's a fetish. Then if you answered no for the second question and yes for the third question, then that's a kink. If you don't need it to be present for you to be aroused and you can't enjoy sex without it being present, that's a kink. Fetishes and sexual interests develop gradually. A person might say a stimulus, like let's say a shoe, while they're sexually aroused, and they eventually come to associate sexual arousal with shoes. Yeah, I think I'm making sense to this point. Some people will find pornography that suits their sexual interests and they'll turn to that. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys about fetishes and kinks. Basically, a kink is something that you don't need but kind of like, whereas fetish is something that you need to be turned on. It's also safe to say that all fetishes are kinks, but not all kinks are fetishes. So with that said, we can now get to know the different types of fetishes and kinks. Before I even start, I want to say that the names might sound so ambiguous, so I encourage you guys to focus more on the definitions. Yeah, so the first one on the list will have formicophilia. This one is the arousal to insects. It often involves the application of insects to the genitals, but other body areas might as well be the focus here. So people actually enjoy being nibbled on or crawled upon by bugs, bees, cockroaches, and others, even snails. I have one question though. People go hunting for these insects specifically for this purpose, or where do they get the insects? But two on the list we have climacophilia, and this one is the arousal to falling downstairs. Falling downstairs. Falling downstairs. This one seems logistically impossible because how? 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 You want to tell me I'll be sexually aroused by the time I fall from I'm in the second floor. By the time I fall from second floor to first floor, I'll be sexually aroused. I'll want to have sex with someone. Honestly, no. There must be an arousal to going to the hospital because that's what you're asking for. Next one is hobophilia, and this one is sexual fantasies with homeless people. Hi, you want to go back to your place? Sorry, I don't have a place. Next on the list we have xylophilia, and this is the arousal to wood. These people will be so happy as carpenters. Makes me question Joseph, father of Jesus. He was a carpenter, right? Next on the list we have pubifolia, and this is the arousal to pubic hair. All I can say is that at this point the brain wants what it wants. Pubic hair. Speaking of pubic hair, we have another one called axillism, and this is the desire to have sex with someone's armpit. I mean, at the right angle, with the perfect imagination, some lube, or on a hot, sweaty day. No? So next we have zoophilia, and from our biology we all know zoo involves animals. So zoophilia is the arousal to animals, and if you're asking yourself if this is the same as bestiality, the answer is no. Zoophilia involves some emotional investment, while on the other hand, bestiality is that guy back in the village that forced himself to have sex with a goat. We then have exhibitionism, and this one you get turned on by being observed. Exhibit. That's the whole point of an exhibit. You might wish to have sex in settings such as sex clubs, or you might just want to leave your curtains open when you're having sex. You just want people to see you, and that gets you turned on. So that's the whole point of exhibitionism. If you've ever fantasized about having sex or masturbating or just getting naked in front of an audience or being watched when having sex, so this is your thing. I'm sure you've heard about role playing. Role playing involves playing characters out of your day-to-day lives. You might choose to be, I think I mentioned this on my previous video, though it was a different topic. So you might choose to be, a policeman when she acts as a criminal, or you might be her teacher while she's your student, such. Normally you're not a teacher and she's not a student, you're just role playing. That's the whole point of role playing. This one is actually cute. Okay, this is something I would do. Let me just not say it's cute. Then we have coprophilia. Coprophilia is for those that enjoy watching others go number 2. Poop actually arouses some people, and some people enjoy more from eating the poop. Honestly, I don't have much to say on this one. Yeah. Then we have eproctophilia. Yeah, eproctophilia. Have you ever heard of fat smeller movement? Yeah. People get turned on by smelling their partner's fat. I mean, I have smelled a couple of farts, but being turned on, that's on another level. That's on another level. Next on the list, we have agalmatophilia. Agalmatophilia. This is the arousal to inanimate objects. You know, like things like dolls, statues, teddy bears, or mannequins. Honestly, I don't blame them because some statues are really hot. Some mannequins too, and teddy bears. Yeah, this is something I would relate to. Then we have spectrophilia, and this is the arousal to ghosts. I'm sure from the movies you've heard about succubus and incubus. Succubus is a lady ghost that visits its target audience at night, yeah, for lovemaking and sex. And then incubus is the male version of the succubus. Yeah, and honestly, I don't even believe in the existence of ghosts, so I don't know if I would believe if someone told me they are a spectrophile. But yeah, it is what it is. Then we have emetophilia. And I just found out there's something called erotic vomiting. So emetophiles get turned on by watching people vomit or them doing the vomiting. Wow. Wow. And there is gerontophilia, and this is the arousal to the elderly. Okay, this is pretty common. We've seen young people dating older people because that's their type, and I think it's a thing. Then we have nasolingas. Nasolingas is the arousal to sucking a person's nose. I'm not judging, but nasolingas. Next we have actiresty, and this is the arousal to sun's rays. Yeah, some people find that the glorious sun's rays are what floats their boat, and honestly, all I can say that's quite a lot of vitamin D right there. I mean, if you're getting some vitamin D, that's good. Then there is cuckolding, and this act involves one partner watching their partner have sex with someone else or listening to stories of their partner having sex with someone else. The goal here is usually humiliation. They get turned on from the thought of being cheated on. Hey, that's a lot. That's a lot. Then we have photerism, and this is the arousal to touching a stranger in a crowded place. You see, like these Nairobi conductors, the way they touch people, or they actually get aroused, and we just never thought of it that way. Or maybe you're on those, those matatu lines like Super Metro, and then someone starts rubbing their stuff on you. Not today, not today. So unfortunately, that's where the video comes to an end. If you guys are interested in me doing a part 2 of this video, let me know on the comment section. Yeah, I've only talked about 15 of them, and on my Instagram I talked about 30, so there are like 15 more to talk about here. Yeah, meanwhile, go check out my Instagram story highlights. I save everything on my highlights. Yeah, and with that said, I'll see you next week on next week's episode. Bye, and thank you for watching.